and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're under.
Shiny Blue 80! Blue 80! You don't see me in your nightmare, son! Face, face! See me in your nightmare! What is that? 48 to Mike! Hey, 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 hey! Hey! What is that? 48 Mike! 48! What is that?
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on third and inches. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
First down, Buccaneers.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
54, south. 52. Recon, 132 fighter.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Ready, 22. That's the run. All right, 25 tonight. 44. Hey, Delta. Hey, come on.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. It's complete to Jerron Brown. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Ready, 280. 44 is the money. Come on. You better bring it. Let him go.
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Jaguars' 33-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Fofo to Mike. Mike Fofo. Hey, son. Stop here, D.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Even though that one was incomplete, you could see the training that went into that play. He gets out of the pocket, ends up moving to his right. All he's trying to do, though, extend the life of the play. Keep it alive, hoping someone would pop free.
Was able to take a pretty good shot with a deep ball, but incomplete.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. 11. Smooth. Check. Let him go.
On third down, Ryan. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Johnny, you ready? Check, 48, come on. Focus, defense, focus.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
It's a loss of 2, now third down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily. You're right, but he did there. A lot of scrimmage at the 4. Here's third and goal. Here's Fournette. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there. Interesting decision. I could see if you're on the 1-yard line, push it in, you're at home, but I don't know from this distance.
How far would you push it? 2-yard line, 3-yard line? Because we're beyond the 4. So this is what we're talking about now. This is a long way. And I know it's a disappointment to come away without getting a touchdown after that drive. But how about coming away with no points by going for it, not getting it? Bring out the field goal kicker, get 3, and move on.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Right, Brown 80. Mike's 15. Mike's 15. You're trying. 5 wide. Shift. One twist. 61. Matchbox lights. We go.
They go play action here on first down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
So here's a first and 10 at the 38.
54. Hey, 59, ready. Come on, baby. 25.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. DeForest Buckner in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Ready, blue 80, back 25. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him. Check. Blue 80, set it. Hey, high 7. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 22, 80, set it.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day offense. Middle.
This is Alvin Kamara, who made the Pro Bowl in each of his first 2 NFL seasons. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
56.
Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch left. 56. 3 down. Hey, box drop.
On play action, Allen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Echo. Man, I got you. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Mike, watch the pass. Here we go. Middle. Here we go.
To throw, it's Allen. He lets it fly for Lockett. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, it's Johnson, and he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
25, check 25, check 25, alert! Any weapon. Check 4, check 4.
They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And a great return as they're finally able to... Dangerous pass.
And versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead grows to 10-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Jaguars. Alvin Kamara, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
44's the mic, 44's the mic. Check.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan, and Thomas has it. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Let's go.
He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not
because
at all.
those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
Ready, we're ready. 25. Back to pass. 21.
To throw again. Ryan. He gets it to Thomas. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
A 5-yard pickup on the play.
The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5.
51.
Ryan will throw again. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
On 2nd down and 4. Allen, they'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Forced out to his left. And he hits his target. This is Luke Stocker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On play action, Allen. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point good by Hopkins. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the 1st half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the 1st half.
We'll see if they do just that. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They run it again with Kamara. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's Allen to throw it. Rolling to his right, and unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got to bracket it out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Amendola set to return it. A 44-yard punt. They're going to wind up losing yardage on the return, though. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes a better punter may actually determine the outcome.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
20. Ready, set. Let him go.
From the gun, it's Ryan. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
319.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
59, Mike to 59. Man, I got you. Lucky.
From the 38, Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check 50.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Again, it's Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one going the wrong direction. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. They're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Corey Grant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, That is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back 25. Straight back. Run. He's done. Hey, take that. Ready to go.
Throwing on second down. Ryan steps away to his left. Now he'll pull it down. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
It's a gain of a yard, and it's third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles, gain some additional yardage.
Now Kamara. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
I got you, Pop.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On second down, Kamara. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Check, 5 wide. 36. Stop. Buzz. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Go.
Throwing on first down is Allen. This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Antonio Brown. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Ryan. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here we go. Double tight.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I'm here all day. Alert. 6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. Shedding the tackle. And he's got it. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Dustin Hopkins now to try the field goal. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now this will be a jet sweep. Here's Thomas with it. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, Johnson. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. On 1st down, Ryan. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. There he goes left side. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. To throw is Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Jaguars, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's a loss that could wind up costing them a first-round bye as they dip to 9-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.